Okay, Howard Schultz is widely known still as the face of Starbucks, even though he is no longer the CEO. But more recently, he has waded into politics and publicly considered a presidential run. The former Starbucks CEO sat down with our own Julia LaRoche to talk about that potential run. And Julia is here now to join us. Good stuff, Julia, interviewing Howard Schultz. Good stuff.
So much.
What did he say that to you was most interesting, or were there any surprises?
There are a few things. So he still has not made the decision. He's still publicly considering. He said give him about 60 days to make a decision. And we know that the Democratic field has become more crowded since 8 weeks ago when he first said he was considering. And he's really become disenchanted with the Democratic Party. He's been a lifelong Democrat, someone who admired Robert Kennedy growing up. And it's really about some of the socialistic viewpoints that are coming out that's really turned him off. He said he is a proud capitalist. Now, there's one thing that people are or have been bringing up with Howard Schultz. He is the founder of the Starbucks that we know today. Yes, he's distanced himself from the company, but he's the single largest shareholder.
Sure.
Starbucks opens a store a day, actually a store every 15 hours in China.
Right.
Wow. So, and he owns a massive stake, 33 million shares, about 2.7 billion. The stock's at an all-time high. The question is, will he divest if he's elected? And he did give an answer. Let's take a listen.
I don't want to put myself in the conversation with President Trump because I think he has more conflict of interest of any president in the history of the country. I can say one thing, that if I am fortunate enough to be the president of the United States, there would be zero conflicts of interest. My shares would be sold. There would be nothing whatsoever that would create any kind of problem or conflict of interest.
You guys, that's the first time he said that he would sell his shares, and to me that signals that he's actually serious about this.
Yeah.
That's my read into this, that he's actually serious.
And that's a progression, because he had mentioned before, well, I'm just going to do maybe a blind trust, but for a complete sale is good.
What's holding him back, though? Because, you know, you go back to when he announced it. I mean, you could argue that it was a bit of a bumpy rollout.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he didn't have the specifics ready, although most candidates don't anyway.
And people said you'd help Trump if you ran.
He's gone on the road and had conversations, and you said he's going to make a decision about 60 days. Is he trying to influence the conversation on the Democratic side? Is that the goal, or is he really considering a run?
I didn't get that read from my time with him. Look, when you think about running for office, that is not just a single person's decision. That is a family decision. And he did bring up that his family is involved in that process, too, and that it is a process. So,
can he win?
No.
He thinks there's an addressable market. 100 million people did not vote in 2016.
Well, you know, I mean, and it seems like the tough part with Howard Schultz is that people have already, from the time he sort of hinted at a run, people have said, you're the one that's going to split the Trump vote and allow, or actually split the Democratic vote, and then allow President Trump to win. And he's kind of had to consistently answer those questions, right?
Right, he has had to answer those questions, and we did bring that up, and he has adamantly said that he would not be a spoiler. I don't know what that means, if he would not run, it depends on who the candidate is, but it'll be interesting to watch, guys.
Yes,
and you know, one of the conversations I had with other folks recently is he might not be the only independent entering the race. We don't know that.
That's right.
That's very true.
Yeah.
All right, Julia, good stuff. Thanks so much. And everyone can see more of your Howard Schultz interview on our website, right?
Throughout the day.
At yahoofinance.com.